Good morning, you guys. How is everyone doing today? Happy Friday. We are done another week. I hope you guys had a fantastic week. We made it. We made it to Friday. All right, today we're going to kind of do a low impact, more so relaxing kind of live. This is going to be focused for people who are just starting, okay? So I'm going to do kind of a very beginner live workout today, or maybe you're just focusing on a little bit of recovery like me, then definitely jump in. It's just going to be a good overall workout to move the body, get the muscles awake, and know that you stepped by and you did something, okay? So with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and start my watch. We're not going to waste any time. We're going to get right into it. All right, exercise number one. We're just going to start off with a nice march here. So you're going to drive that knee up and in. Focus here is balancing on that other leg. So you're going to pull that belly button in nice and tight. Beautiful. You're going to feel it in those hips, especially if you have worked your butt off this week, then you're definitely going to notice your hips are getting worked today, okay? Beautiful. We are here for a little bit, so I just want you to get comfy, get cozy. You can focus on getting to the top and holding for a couple seconds and dropping down. If the hold is too much for you, that is okay. You can just keep on moving, okay? Beautiful. It looks like it's going to be a rainy day. I hope the rain stops a little bit. I've been forcing myself outside to get a walk every single day, rain or shine, because this girl's mental health definitely needs some outdoor time. Yesterday it was beautiful. Today, not so much, but it's not raining right now, so hopefully I can sneak out for a good little walk. Beautiful. Let's do 3, 2, and 1. All right, from the side, we're going to go right to a calf raise. You're going to go up onto those tippy toes, squeeze your calves, dropping all the way down, up and squeeze, dropping and down. Beautiful. Again, a little bit of balance here because you have to be able to hold when you get up to squeeze those calves and drop down. We're not going super fast. Again, we're going nice and slow and controlled today. It's not about getting super sweaty. It's about using the muscles, focusing on balance, mobility, and recovery. Beautiful. This is a good one to do before your workout as like a good warm-up to warm up the muscles. So definitely save it so you can come back and do it later. Beautiful. Let's go for about 20 more seconds here. Woo, starting to burn. Yep. Good. Let's do 2. Beautiful. 1 more. Very nice. All right, waking up the shoulders. We're going to go arms straight up. What you're going to do is you're coming down. You're going to tap your shoulders. Arms straight up. Tap up. So we're kind of doing like a weightless shoulder press here. Those shoulders, they get worked a lot. And there's so many people with shoulder injuries, so making sure that you are warming them up correctly, that you are working on mobility, you are getting them moving. Beautiful. So I want you to think about pulling your shoulders down your back so that your thumbs can tap the top of your shoulder. Good. After this, we're going to take it down to the mat, and we're going to spend the rest of the time down there. Beautiful. Whew. Hello, shoulders. They're awake. Good. Let's go for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. To the mat. We're going to go right down onto our hands and knees. We're going to spend a little bit of time here. If your mat is not thick enough, you can go ahead and pop like a little towel, or you can fold your mat just so that it's a little bit softer on your knees, okay? We're going to go into a bird dog. So how this works is we're going to lift opposite arm Opposite leg, like so. We're gonna drive them into the middle so that your elbow touches your knee. You're gonna extend and then drop it down, and we're gonna do the other side. Extend out, knee to elbow, drive out and down. Extend, together, out and down. Beautiful. Keep it going here. What I don't want to see is a big round in your back. So if you are here, I want you to think about pulling that belly button in so that you have a nice flat back from the point of extension to the point of together. Beautiful. Waking up the core. A little bit of glutes with that kickback, a little bit of shoulders with that arm extension. Beautiful. How's everyone doing today? You made it. You're here. You're giving your body a little bit of love. This week has been more so focused on recovery for me. Still been moving, still been doing my exercises, but we've been doing everything super slow, super controlled, focusing on engagement. Sometimes you have to go back to the basics. Sometimes we get a little too carried away with our exercises. We get too carried away with the weight we're lifting, and we forget about what really matters, which is form. Form is so important. And like I say, I don't lift crazy heavy anymore. It did so much damage to my body personally, so I can't do super heavy lifting anymore, unfortunately. But my body shape now, focusing on just dumbbells and bands, was far better than when I did crazy lifting, because I can focus on my form and on my muscle engagement way more now than trying to pick up something that was probably way too heavy for my body to begin with. Let's do one more here. Beautiful, drop it down. We're gonna go into a donkey kick here. So we're gonna start on one side. What you're gonna do is you're gonna keep that form. Again, I don't want you here, belly button in nice and tight. You're gonna lift, squeeze that glute, drop that knee down. Lift, squeeze, drop that knee down. Try not to lean over to one side. You may notice that your body maybe is a little bit off. For me personally, I definitely notice I lean over to one side. So try and center yourself off and push and squeeze that glute. Good. See, again, like these, I noticed my hips were probably more tight than they should be. So what happens is I'm leaning to one side and I'm not actively engaging my glute correctly. So what do? We go back, we start at the basics, and we build up again. Don't ever be afraid to start from scratch. I have started from scratch more times than I can count, you guys. And I come back stronger every single time. Very nice. Let's go 3. We're gonna go right over to the other side. 2 and 1. Beautiful, dropping it down. Fix that form. For those of you that lock your elbows, make sure you have a nice slight bend in your elbows. Knees are about hip width apart. Lift and squeeze. For me, this hip is tighter, so this is the side that I really have to focus, not leaning over to one side versus the other. You have to try and keep 50% of your weight on either hand. Notice the difference. I know. We often forget. A lot of you guys just see a donkey kick and you're like, okay, I can do that. But your form is way off. Form matters. Practice it. Start with no bands. Start with no weight. Go back to the basics. Good. Keep that belly button in nice and tight. We got 3 more here. Starting now. 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Straighten out. Handstand your shoulders. Knees stay in line with hips. We're going to do that, but out to the side. So same thing. I don't want you leaning on one hand versus the other. I want 50-50. Notice the difference and how much you have to focus. Hopefully what you are learning today you can take into your workouts. And again, dial it back. Start from scratch. Because I bet you, a lot of you are leaning over to one side versus trying to go 50-50. Again, even I admit I was doing it, which is why I'm starting back at the basics in a lot of things. Because it's just simple things where your body gets a little bit more tight on one side than the other. So it's pulling a lot. So this week I have focused on recovery. I focused on stretching. We've done way too much yoga than I care to admit because yoga is not my thing. But we're doing it because it matters. Good. We are here for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. We're going to do the exact same thing on the other side. If you have to wiggle out your hands, go ahead and do so. You can shake them out at any point. If it's too hard on your hands, you can totally do it from your knuckles. All right. 3, 2, 1. Other side. Let's go. Same thing. Try and focus. 50-50. I know you're lifting one leg, so it's hard. But again, you want to make sure that your back is straight. This side, I have to really, really focus. I have to slow it down. I have to focus on each lift that I'm not fully leaning over to one side. I know, it's hard. Harder than you thought, right? Good. You can always take your hands a little bit wider. That's going to help you balance a little bit better. Good. From here, we're going to flip it onto our back and we're going to go into a basic hip thrust. Good. Let's go for 3. Focus on the control. 2. Last 1. Whew, my hands, my arms. On our backs. Hip thrusts. Same thing, back to the basics. Belly button in, no gap. Fingertips pretty well touch your heels. Knees are hip width apart. We're not going to have our knees fall in together, and we're not going to have our knees fall out. Nice and center. Squeezing your glutes, lift up and squeeze. Dropping down, squeeze your glutes. Lifting up, squeeze your glutes. Your mind is in your butt and your butt only right now, okay? I know it sounds funny, but like honestly, it is the most important thing you can do when it comes to hip thrusts is focus on squeezing your glutes. Again, so many people focus on lifting the weight. Go back to the basics and learn how to hip thrust correctly. There should be no gap when you come down between your back and the floor. That knows that you have a perfect pelvic tilt and you are engaging your glutes and your core correctly. Good. Drop, lift, and squeeze. Keep that pelvic tilt from the top to the bottom. Notice the difference with your glute engagement when we do it correctly. Crazy, hey? Yes, I know. Good. Nice deep breath in. Breathe out, push, and squeeze. Drop, push, and squeeze. Very nice. From here, we have one more exercise. We'll do a quick little shake out, and then you're out of here. You came, we put some love into your body. Be proud of yourself. Good. Whoo, fire. We got 3. Very nice. 2. Good. Last 1. Lift and squeeze. Beautiful. We're going to go into a dead bug here. So, arms straight up. Knees are in line with the hip. We're going to drop opposite arm, opposite leg, pull together. belly button in, okay? When you drop, do not let that back leave the floor. Opposite arm, opposite leg to center. Keep your core tight. I don't want you to think about your arm and your leg dropping. I want you to think about pulling your belly button into the floor through your drop. Good. Very nice. Nice and controlled. Focus on that belly button being pulled in. Very nice. I'll think about this for a sec. Our rhythm is a little bit off. Whew. Notice the core. My core is burning right now because how tight it is pulled in. This is what you need to be doing with every core exercise. And this is again why I say go back to the basics. Remember how to engage certain muscles and the game changes. Good, we go 3 more. Belly button in, on fire. 2, last one. Drop, pull to center. Hug those knees in, you guys. Let's quickly just roll it out here from side to side. Beautiful work today. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you for slowing it down with me today, just to go back to the basics. And remember why you're here. It's not about how much weight you can lift. It's not about how heavy somebody else can lift. It is about you knowing how to do each exercise correctly for you and your body, okay? You don't need thousands of pounds to lift to gain muscle. You need to know how to engage your muscles.